When it's time to snooze, you cannot lose. By shopping with Lane Tomich at his Cannington and Coburn snooze betting stores. Like Sealy, Temper, Madison, Slumberland and more. Friendly, informative service, delivery, take away the stress and sleep best. By buying your next bed from Snooze Cannington and Coburn stores.
It's amazing what a little snooze can do.
The King's question for you. The West Australian's Hayden King has a $100 snooze voucher for the correct answer. Snooze, Cannington and Coburn.
Amazing what a little snooze can do.
A beautiful 26 degrees outside right now here on Friday. Drive 23 past 3, and it's time to talk to Hayden King from the West Sport. A very good afternoon to you, Kingy.
Hey, Seb. Hey, Marty.
The
G'day.
King's question for snooze betting Cannington and Coburn. What is it today?
In the Schrader tonight, Michael Young trains the two favourites, Penny Black and Heavenly Gypsy. What is the scorecard between those two so far head-to-head?
Okay, on the market it's $3.50 to $1.34, and then Heavenly Gypsy $3.60, $1.45. That's for the win and place respectively. 0427 789 571. If you think you know the answer to that, Penny Black head-to-head with Heavenly Gypsy, their all-time record. Who comes out on top there historically, Mark?
Okay, now I've got one for you, H, being the Schrader, named, of course, after the great Jimmy Schrader, the Jet. What record did Jimmy set, a famous record in Australia as a reinsman?
He was a pretty accomplished sulky steerer.
Oh, yes.
But I think he was the first one to drive 100 in a season, wasn't he?
You're not bad.
Wow.
You're not bad for a young fella. You're well read. That's what I like
well
about
done.
you, Hayden. That's what I like about you, and that's why you're one of the best. Right, let's find some winners
It
tonight.
takes one to know one, Marty.
We've got two Group 3s, of course, the 3-year-old Western Gateway and the Westinghouse, the Schrader. Do you want to start with them, or do you want to start chronologically?
I can. I'll start with the Western Gateway because one of my bets is in that race, and it is Troubadour, race 5, number 1. I don't think there's a heat between he and Better Fortune, but I think with the barrier draw advantage, Troubadour could really serve it up to him tonight. 25, 36 metres out in front. He can establish himself as a key player in this WA Derby at the end of the month, and I think tonight he could put the writing on the wall, so I'm with him.
Retrovision text line 0427 789 571. We've already got our first answer. This one from Sam. He says 2-0 to Penny Black. Has he got it right?
Correct.
Yep, Sammy's all over it.
Bang. Well done, Sammy. We'll get that $100 voucher out to you for snooze betting Cannington and Coburn. So, as you mentioned, the Gateway, you're on top with Troubadour there with Stewie McDonald. What about the following race in the Schrader, the Group 3, the horse we were just talking about, Penny Black, $3.50 to $1.30 on the place, and Heavenly Gypsy, $3.60, $1.50, 12, Artie by the Seaside, $3.60, $1.50. Quite an open market at the moment.
Yeah, not one of the races I was particularly keen on. I think it'll be pretty tough for Penny Black tonight, draw on the inside of the second row. She could easily get bundled up back there, or even if she had to come off the inside, she'd have to go back a fair way to do it, I think. I think it looks pretty tough, and I wouldn't have her favourite. Heavenly Gypsy was a bit disappointing first up, but she could bounce back. I think she should have won the run she had first up, although she did have to do a fair bit of work early, so expecting improvement. Sweet Vivian's in the race as well, drawn 1. She's been racing super well. Little Darling first up for Cam Ross is an interesting runner. But I'm with Artie by the Seaside. I just think she's probably the best mare in the WA ranks at the moment. And from what I've seen in her first 2 runs, I couldn't have been dissuaded from that notion. So I'm expecting her to be pretty tough to beat no matter what happens. And it's that trust in her ability, regardless of the circumstance, that leads me to her.
But not your bet or one of your best bets tonight at Gloucester Park, so where do we find your second selection?
No, we'll go back to the first race, the Golden Nugget Prelude. I like Better's Pride. I reckon he could storm up here on the outside of the stablemates. Lion Queen Mickey's Pride rush to the front, and he's a pretty smart customer. He's won 7 of 13. He's still on the way up, and I think from the front he'd take no end of stitching. So that's race 1, number 6.
Better's Pride at 235 and 130.
So Prelude for the Golden Nugget, how does this all work?
I think if you run top 3, you might get a start in the Nugget. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. There is some kind of system. Maybe it's just if you win, you're guaranteed to get in. Mm-hmm. But I was looking at one of the fillies races, and I think if you ran top 3 in one of those, you got a start. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's going to be an important indicator anyway.
Okay, looking at your selections so far, race 1, number 6, Better's Pride. Race 5, number 1, Troubadour. What about your third selection?
I'll mention this one. I won't make it one of the bets because I like 2 in the race. But race number 3, I think Hotly Pursued's going to take a lot of beating. But Rock Artist, the more I look at it, I think he's a distinct chance to force his way to the front. And on his last start, I think he'll take a lot of beating. I think they've got a bit of a gap over the others in the betting in terms of what they've shown so far. Like the Iron Duke's rising massively in class. Sweet Lucifer's rising massively in class. They've got the job ahead, those two. Later on, though, I'm actually taking a 2-bet play in race number 8 as well. Burley Shard and Joey James. Joey James has got plenty of gate speed. Doesn't have to use it, though. If he does cut across, find the rail, well, there'd be a chance. But even from a sit-sprint capacity, it takes some holding out. Like he ran third 2 starts ago in a pretty good race, and then last start he was in a much better race. He was behind Sweet Lucifer, who's that 4th favourite in nigh on free-for-all company earlier. And now Joey James is in a 40 to 60, which is the lowest level race we host on Metropolitan Cards. So he's $14, and then Burley Shard is $12. He got up and won last start. Went probably as good as he can go as well when overcoming the Wand Wave, who's really in form at the moment too. So I'm playing both of those in race 8, numbers 7 and 8.
7 and 8. If you've got a question for the King, 0427 789 571. Get them in now. Thanks to Retrovision and Snooze Betting, Cannington and Coburn. Anything else across the card tonight?
Yeah, I think Majestic Gaga probably win the last, but my last best bet, Faking It in race 9. I think she'll just have her way with these. She's won 3 in a row. She's looked better every time she's gone out there, and she routed them in the Oaks. She ran away from Ruby Lavera, Copperhead Lady, comes up against a field that has some similarities to that race, but you have to concede that it's a step below. And although she's drawn the outside, she's shown such versatility that I don't think it'll matter. She could boss her way to the breeze and be too good. I'd be pretty comfortable taking any kind of price about her. Race 9, number 9.
Race 1, number 6, Better's Pride. Race 5, number 1, Troubadour. Race 8, number 7, Joey James. And the number 8 in that race, we're going a dual-pronged attack with Burley Shard. And race 9, number 9, Faking It, at the moment on the tab touch, $1.55 and $1.10. And your best is that last selection in Faking It, is it, King?
Yeah, I'd get her much lower than $1.55. I think she's probably $1.15 chance of winning.
Wow.
You out here at the park this evening?
Yeah, I will be.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, good to hear.
Yes, the King on course. That's the main thing, of course. You are here for Snooze. Looking forward to seeing you tonight, Hayden.
All right, catch you then, guys.